Who's this new foreigner from a faraway land? Why did she come here? Do you like to eat rice? Why? You don't eat a lot of rice? Why? What do you even eat?
I'm working for an organization called Daughters of Cambodia. Now, Daughters of Cambodia seeks to help women come out of the sex trade. Now, a lot of the issues here are not so much sex trafficking in terms of a woman being tricked or sold into a brothel. A lot of the girls, especially in this culture, they are viewed by the outside public to have chosen this line of work, but not one of them I've ever heard, said that she felt like she had a choice. There is a proverb here in Cambodia that's well known, and it says, women are like white cloth and men are like gold. If gold gets dirty, it can just be brushed off and polished. But when white satin and white cloth is stained, it's stained forever. I've heard it said that a mother told her daughter, well, now it is your duty to go into sex work because you can never be redeemed.
So when I first got to Daughters, I met with Ruth, the founder, and she was amazing. And I wanted to know what were the needs of Daughters of Cambodia. How could my passions and gifts intersect? She said, well, they have a sons program that was newer, and there were a group of young lady boys. And that's the term that they would use. That would be common. They would say, go by lady boys. That's the English term for it. There are maybe 9 or 10 on average in that program. And she said, we need some sort of like check-in care for them. So we developed an idea of myself and Nate. She said, we have this young man. He's a social worker for us. Excellent English. The two of you guys can do this together. You'll just do check-ins. It needed to evolve. We're just creating this. We're creating the Sons discipleship program. We would just go around to each of them and ask if any of them would like to meet. And then we also started a weekly discipleship class where we'd go through the Bible with them. So I can remember Nate and I going around. And a lot of the lady boys were pretty gregarious. Who's this new foreigner from a faraway land? Why did she come here? Do you like to eat rice? Why? You don't eat a lot of rice? Why? What do you even eat? And I remember meeting Vati, and I just got this sense that he was just not really all that interested in me, in these check-ins. Nothing was wrong with him. I just felt so awkward and like, sometimes I do like, we haven't checked in yet with Vati. Like, does he even want us to? I don't even know if he wants us to. We're probably just bothering him. However, there was one day when Vati actually came down the stairs and sought me out and said, Jenny, are you meeting with people today? This afternoon, you and Nate? And I said, yeah. And he's like, I want to meet. I said, okay. And I was happy and all looking forward to that. And then that afternoon, we went into a room, Nate, Vati, and I, and he seemed really nervous. And he shared that he was HIV positive, that he had AIDS, and that he was really scared. He was really scared to tell us. And he said, I saw you this morning, you came in, and you're smiling, and you have joy in your heart. And I tell you, I want to meet, and I'm scared because I don't want to make you sad. And I'm just feeling so scared. And I just felt almost like I was sitting on holy ground. Like it just felt like such a sacred space. I felt so honored that he would share that piece because it seemed like it was connected to so much fear and shame for him. And I just felt so much love and gratitude in my heart. And he said, I think it's important that you guys actually know this because I may need more help and support in going to see my doctor. And so you need to know actually why. Shortly after that, we joined a discipleship class and we're talking about prayer. And we broke off into these small groups. And I was with Vati because he had wanted special prayer for myself, Vati, the couple, and then there was another Cambodian staff, not Nate, but somebody else who was helping with translation. And Vati said, well, they asked him, like, what do you want? And he was like, I want my life to be different. And they're like, have you received the love of Jesus? It's like, I've heard about it and I haven't been ready. And I knew he hadn't been ready. And they said, do you want to now? And I was like, oh my goodness, what is he going to say? He said, yes, I do. And then they looked at me and they said, you're the one who has been living life with him. Would you like to pray with him? I was like, yes, I would. And so Vati and I prayed together. Then that night, I got really just scared. Like, what if it didn't work? What if he felt pressured by the forward missionaries? What if he didn't know what he was saying? God almost cut me off and it was like, stop trying to figure out what worked or didn't work. Salvation is not your game. I'm the one who knows hearts, you don't. How would you love your brother well? How would you disciple him well? To wonder, well, where are my people from Daughters? Where are Nate and Jenny? Doesn't anyone care about me? And he said, I was thinking that and I was feeling that. And then all of a sudden I look up and there you are. And he started to cry.